Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Parrot and to another evening market close update. We focus on the technicals only on these videos. So let's have a look. We started the day saying that there was still a chance when we were hovering around 105 to hit this area in here and hopefully get a breakout. But later, actually on Tuesday, we did this liquidity hunt. That liquidity hunt proved that the neckline around the head and shoulders that we have on the left hand side of the chart was going to be reclaimed. That neckline was at 106.5. But instead of doing that, and instead of using this double bottom with a technical target towards 109, we got that rejection. And that has become a little bit uglier as we progress throughout the day. Why is that? Because the deeper that we were aiming to hold on the 4 hour, we say it was going to be 103.8. That was the support on the RSI. We need to look into those charts. And currently, we are testing the daily, okay, daily support. So this could spread from 4-hour disaster into daily disaster. And if it gets deeper, it could be weekly disaster, okay? We already have some disaster on the monthly, so notice I'm not mentioning that because in the main videos I have covered it extensively in the past weeks and days. Anyways, what we are seeing here is the Bitcoin price breaking below the previous resistance. This was resistance and now we are below that. And that's scaring a lot of traders because this is a double top that already push into the technical target and it achieved the target compared to this one that didn't achieve it to the upside. So that means that CBD, that market sellers, aggressive sellers, are really in control. As soon as they get a little bit in profit to the upside, they take profits, they rug pull. So let's go into the 4-hour time frame and let's see what is the current damage. Okay, so on the 4-hour, obviously we have damage both on the momentum and on the price. Let's focus on momentum. Where is the damage? Well, that is the damage. That is the most bullish line that we were meant to hold at 46. And currently we have a candle, I think it's in progress. Let me see, there's still 3 hours to confirm this candle, but let's see how many candles are we below. First candle below support, second candle below support, third candle. So the third one is in progress, but we already have 2 settled candles below support that corresponds with this big red one and then the second below the price support. Can you see it there? Let me see if I can draw something in this area around there. Wow, I'm very cool. This new phone is amazing. It's a Samsung Fold 7, I think it's called. The support on the 4-hour broken. Let's go now into the daily. Let's see what's the damage on the daily. Of course, everything starts with the 4-hour. That's the lowest time frame I use. And so far on the daily, as you can see, momentum is retesting the breakout. So we are going a little bit too deep, okay? That 39.59 is as much as we can afford on the daily to push lower. And this is intra-candle, so hopefully by the end of today, we defend 39.59 on the daily. And that in the price, let me move this ugly dude out of the way. So we got 39.59, that's the orange line. So the orange line in the price is currently at 102.128. That has been moving during the day because it's a moving target. You need to have access to reverse RSI to see it as it progresses during the day. And that's a red engulfing candle. It's not looking great and it's being rejected at the moment by the VWAP connected to 74K together with the VWAP connected to all-time high. And that is pushing us into a retest. Now we need to defend that level, that 102.1 must hold so that the daily can come back and have a second attempt. If we break that level of 102, if tonight we close below that level, then we're gonna get pushed into the green support. The green support is already 95,751. So we are already talking about liquidity that is way deeper than what people been talking about these days in those bullish videos. And before we go into liquidity, I wanna spend some time on the weekly and see what's the damage there. So this support that I mentioned, the ascending yellow lines on the RSI, we've been covering it and we are below that support, we already know. But there's also the horizontal support that I have here, a label at 44.42. That so far has held the full bull cycle. You can see how many times we have tested, and we even did in here a liquidity hunt just once. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th time that we go into 44 RSI weekly. Let's see if that holds, because if we break that below that level, if we do like a 40, then whatever we get after is just that cut bounce. We already have plenty of confirmations of bear market. They're starting to pile up, and it started to get a little bit uncomfortable for more and more and more people. You still see people saying, your paper hands, you are not really holding, we're gonna get another pump and whatever. But little by little, that hope is kind of vanishing, and not just for retail, but also for some pros as well. Let's go into the other weekly, the one that I have with the market bull support band. That is really cool what's going on here. We have the 50 MA being tested, and as I say this week, everybody was counting victory, but as I'm recording in here, let's move this dude, we are currently fooling around with that line. We are right there touching the 50 weekly MA. And since there's so many people that watch videos about that level holding, you can tell that many people tonight are gonna be sleeping holding tight to their pillows and sweating cold, okay? So keep your window open and you're gonna be able to listen to them. You're gonna recognize them because they sound like a cat when they're about to have sex. You know how the cats scream, right? Yeah, you know, yeah, that precisely that sound. Yeah, I can hear it. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Let's go into the liquidity hunts and let's have a quick look. Positive, flip side, let's be devil's advocate. We just liquidated all the short-term delta. So we just took out tons of longs in the close proximity. Are they all the longs that we can liquidate? No, definitely not. But this put a balance for scalpers, okay? Up and down, close proximity, liquidity has been reset and is now flat. So that's good, okay? We had like 200, 300, 400K at some point of longs. Coming back down now is nice to reset that level. But if we look at trading different, which we are gonna look in every single video because it's important, at least the short-term liquidity, that 97 is just too heavy. We do have bigger here at the top at 129, but we are very far from that compared to how close we are to 97, 97.9, 98. That's where there is the epicenter of the next potential incoming earthquake. 98, yeah, we are 5K away, yeah. Whereas to the top, we need to move over 20K. So just do the math and see if there is a chance. And going back to my thoughts on the CME, we took the two at the top. One was above the price, one was below the price. We took both, and we are hanging below that CME gap. Oh my God, I don't know if I show you that, but I'm gonna have to show you. It's just too juicy information to let it go, and I won't be able to sleep if I don't show it to you. Let me go into CME gaps. Right, yeah, here, look at this. We took the 103.8. What the hell are we doing there below that CME gap? What's attracting the price to stay at 102.7? At that level, we have the daily support, we have the 50 weekly MA, but if those two don't hold, this thing is gonna fall like a knife straight into 96.6, and hopefully tomorrow I don't wake up and we are at 91. Let's hope that something is gonna change overnight that I'm not seeing now, but it's very likely that we could see a little bit of a shaky move overnight. The moment of truth, we'll see. I don't know where the price is gonna go, by the way. I have no clue. The longs are pushing up in here at 69, very close to 70. That is another bullish thing. So bullish, we clear out the closed liquidity pools. 2, we are getting close to 70. And there's tons of liquidity levels to the upside in close proximity, but you know, it's kind of balancing because the delta now is at 0. And then we got resistance, bid versus ask. I checked it a few minutes ago and it was all in the red. Now it's all in the green. Let's give it a little bit of time for this to update. Gosh, is really this all back to green? I cannot believe it. Maybe. Yeah, it seems like now there is a lot of bidding. 5 minutes ago there was a lot of ask. So really I wouldn't make a reading on this now because I don't trust it. Let me restart this. Let's go back to the chart. In here is the second one. Okay, one more try. Yeah, it seems like we have a lot of bidding now. Everything is in the green. So that means that they are defending the 50 weekly MA. They are defending the daily support of the retest. So that brings in a little bit more chances that we hold this level and we do another attempt to hit 107. We'll see. I mean, I don't care where the price goes. Did I tell you that? Didn't I tell you that? If it goes up, well, I take advantage of the long. If not, from the short. Anyways, long story short, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this update. I hope you took something that is useful for you. If you did, write down a comment down below, hit the like, subscribe, and send this video to your friends, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.